going 5 wide again. 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left, 2nd and 9. Tanks come out in a 4-man front. Justin Staggs makes a signal at the line to instruct blitz, and it drops back, fakes the ball, and it's picked off! It's picked off by Big Dom. Oh my gosh! Dominique, the Bash brother, picks it off! Touchdown, Tanks! Wow!
That's 6, right?
Yes, that's 6. Big Dominique Johnson hits the ball off. The ball is hit in the air. He picks it off and runs it in for the score. Wow! I love it. And if you knew this guy, you would know he is absolutely one of the most humble individuals that, I mean, anybody would know. He is a very nice and just an all-around, just good-hearted guy. So to see this happen with him is just, I mean, it is just awesome. Big Dom returns the interception all the way. That is the type of play we needed. The Tanks once again score a defensive touchdown, and it's now 6-all. The Tanks have a chance to take a 7-6 lead on this extra point. We'll see what happens. And Zach Christensen lines back up. The Dukes are showing, I don't know what they're doing. They're having some confusion out there. They're sending in a couple more guys. And the Tanks are sending someone out. Sending Kenny Jenkins out. So now they're going to go for the extra point. Ball's up. It's kicked, and it's looks wide left. It's no good. So we're tied up at 6 here with 11:41 to go in the third quarter. Big Dominique Johnson came through big with a 29-yard interception return. All right, I'm updating the Facebook here. Wow, what a play by Dominique Johnson. Just ran that ball, hurdled a defender, and just trucked his way into the end zone. And you know, this is why, one thing when they teach in school when you're growing up and learning football, I mean, when you're playing on the line, the defensive line, you get your hands up in the air when they throw the pass. That looked like Dion McKinley or somebody hit that ball up, and it landed right in Dominique's hands, and he took that ball and ran it back. I mean, that was just a big play by Dom.
Okay, he missed it, right? We didn't miss any points.
So it's 6-all here in the third. Tanks are getting ready to kick off. And that's the play we needed. We needed something, even if we're not ahead, something like that, because our offense just right now is not good enough to carry us. I mean, that's just the realism of it. And all right, so we're lining up. Zach Christensen makes a signal at the line. You'll have to excuse me here. I'm going back and forth between Facebook and here to update, so I'm kind of doing double duty right now. And Zach Christensen runs. He kicks it off, and ball is caught by, looks like, is that Tico Moore? I can't tell. But then he runs it. He's got breaking through a couple defenders. He's to the 40 to the 44-yard line before he's tackled out of bounds. Very intense matchup here. I mean, the Dukes are 6-2. I mean, the Dukes are 6-3. I mean, they're very upset they're not 8-0, I'm sure, which they could easily be. And so they're coming out here playing. I mean, if they get a win over the Tanks, there's no doubt that's going to put them ahead. I mean, even if it's a depleted Tanks roster like it is today with injuries, I mean, they're still beating the Tanks. I mean, that's the fact. And I mean, hopefully that's not going to be the case. But I mean, you know, a win's a win no matter how you get it. So they're going to be gunning hard. So, and they got a good return here. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line. It's good for the Dukes. Tanks are coming out the 4-man front. And they're coming out. The Dukes are in shotgun. They're going 3 wideouts to the right, back to the right, and wide out to the left. And Murray makes a signal at the line. Tanks are showing in. They're showing all kinds of guys, Russ. They're not going with the D line. They're sending several defenders at the line. Murray rolls out, and it's caught by 14. That is Jason Dotz. He gains about 6 yards on the quick out route. So that's going to be 2nd and 4. Dukes are now in Tanks territory, leading 6-0 with 11:13 to go here in the third quarter. And the Dukes are coming up to the line. They're in shotgun. Murray motions it back to the, well, back's going back to the right side now. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Tanks a 4-man front, showing blitz. Murray rolls out, throws it deep. He's got a man open, and the ball is caught at the 15-yard line of the Tanks by, looks like a busted coverage somewhere there, and that looks like once again, that is Alvin Grace again, I believe, who catches that. So just like that, they're back in Tank territory. And Brian Roten, very upset, calls a timeout. So if you're just tuning in, we're at about 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Tanks started out, it was a back and forth game the first half. The difference was the Dukes recovered a fumble on a punt at the Tanks 5-yard line. 3 plays later, they scored. And then later in the first half, it was 6-0 Dukes. An extra point was blocked. But then later on in the first half, the Tanks had a chance to score from the Dukes 21-yard line. They picked it off, ran it back. But Luke Brown, despite throwing the interception, ran back and made the stop at the 5-yard line. Dukes had 4 chances to put it in the end zone, and the Tanks held through big. So it was 6-0 at half. Second half to start it off, third down, it was for the Dukes. They threw the ball, and they threw what looked like a screen. It was hit in the air. Big Dom Johnson pulled it in and ran it into the end zone for his first interception return for a touchdown this year. So it's right now, extra point was missed, so it's 6-all. Right now, we've got to find a way to make little big plays like that to keep up. I mean, that's the fact. I mean, we've got to find something to get in there. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. And let's see, it's going to be Dukes are coming out there in shotgun, 3 wideouts to the right, back and a wideout to the left. Tanks come out in a 4-man front. Murray makes the call at the line, and backers creeping up, showing blitz. Ball snapped. Murray rolls out to the left, and the ball's thrown and complete out of bounds. Very lucky that actually wasn't offensive pass interference on that play. Number 6, that Alvin Grace almost threw one of our defenders out of the way to try to get to it, but I guess it was ruled uncatchable, so that's probably why they didn't call it. So it's going to be and now they're at the end zone. It's all right. Yeah, they're right in the red zone, and it's 2nd and about 10 on the 14-yard line. So this is going to be a big set of downs here. Dukes come out. They're running shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, sending the big tight end, number 5, Stefford Grace in motion. So now it's 3 wideouts on the right, 1 to the left. Murray makes the adjustment at the line. Tanks are showing, and Staggs is creeping up there, and Murray rolls out to the right. He's under pressure. He's got room. He runs it, and he turns through a defender and gets a first down, almost scores. So that's going to be at the 3-yard line, and that's really the first time he's run it today, but I don't think that was by design. He was being chased around by a horde of Tanks defenders and ended up, they're marking that. That's going to be a first down on about the 4-yard line, and now they're running hurry up there in shotgun, 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, back to the left as well. Murray fumbles the snap, it rolls, big huddle of guys on it. Tanks are claiming they have it, and they do. Tanks recover the snap, they recover the fumble on their own 4-yard line, and they're going to take over. They have dodged a major bullet here as the Dukes were looking to score. They tried to run hurry up offense, and I guess went a little too quick at it. Wow. And, Tanks are going to be taking over, so. And honestly, we're taking over on the 4. My hope here, if we can gain like 20 or 30 yards, and just keep it keep a consistent flow. Don't try not to get penalties or turnovers or anything. Just keep a consistent flow and just try to get some yards. And it's hard to expect out of a situation like this. So we'll just go with what we have to work with. Shotgun, 2 wideouts, back to the left. Brown takes a snap. He runs up the middle. He gains probably 3 or 4 yards before being dragged down by a group of defenders. Nope, actually that's a little bit awkward where I'm seated, so they're going to mark it about 7 yards. I stand corrected there, so definitely a good game by Luke Brown. And it's 2nd and 3. Tanks have the ball on about the 11-yard line of their own 11-yard line. Score tied at 6 here in the 3rd. Tanks are in shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side. Again, back to the left of Luke Brown. It looks like Jamie Rice is sticking with the same formation, but doing a lot of different things out of it. So it's 2nd and 3. Duke show blitz up the middle. Ball snapped, handed off to A.J. Williams. He gets through, breaks probably looks like he's got the first. Yep, they mark it the first down, so it's going to be a good, that's what we need. 1st down and 10 on about the 16-yard line here. And we are at, right now, 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Our score's tied at 6. Tanks with the ball. They're coming out in shotgun. 2 wideouts to each side. Back lined up to the right of Brown. Brown makes an adjustment at the line. Dukes are showing blitz up the middle. And the ball is snapped. Brown hands it off to Williams up the middle. He's got some room. He gets and he's still dragging defenders and gets about 13 yards here on the play. A.J. Williams, who had a touchdown run called back earlier in the game due to a penalty, gets the 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Tanks on about the 30-yard line.
All right, wake up! Good job, baby.
And it's 1st and 10 on the 30. Tanks, the score's tied at 6 here in the 3rd. Shotgun, 2 wideouts each side. Back to the left of Brown. Brown snaps it, hands it off to A.J. Williams. He's got some room on the right side. He gets to the 40 and about to the 42, 43-yard line before being run out of bounds. And the Tanks will have another 1st down here. And we've got a man down. Looks like one of our linemen. And, okay, good. I can't quite see who that is. That looks like Jeremy Maxey, number 78. Jeremy Maxey, who's been a veteran in this league for several years. He gets up. He's walking a little funny, but looks like he's going to be okay. He's not limping, but just maybe he strained a muscle out there trying to block. So now he'll be okay. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 Tanks on their own 43-yard line. Tanks getting a little bit of movement here. And they're in shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side. A.J. Williams lines up to the left of Luke Brown. Duke's back are starting to creep up toward the line. Luke Brown fakes a handoff. He runs up the middle, almost breaks free, but gains about 7 yards. Gets to the 50-yard line before being tackled. And the Tanks are at midfield now. And the Dukes looks like they're going to call a timeout here. And yep, they're doing a timeout. We're here in the 3rd quarter. Score's tied up. And we are lining. Brian Roten's talking to the team. So is Jamie Rice. And big shout out to Paige Smith here. I appreciate all the encouragement you guys actually took for me. And you know what she does for this organization. I mean, it's just tremendous.